Hi, welcome to part 3 of the tutorial on Chu Shogi. In this part, I'm going to introduce the other pieces that are not familiar with traditional shogi, except for the lion and the promoted pieces, which I will devote other videos to. This is the go-between, and it moves one space forward or backward. This is the side mover, and as its name implies, it primarily moves to the sides. But it can also move one space in a vertical direction. This is a vertical mover, and as its name implies, it's similar to a side mover in that it primarily moves in a vertical direction and also one space horizontally. This is called a reverse chariot. There's nothing reversed about it, but it moves like a lance, but it could also move like a lance backward any number of unobstructed spaces. This is a blind tiger, and it can move like a king, except it cannot move directly forward because it's blind. Oh, I'm sorry. This is the blind tiger. The blind tiger, I had the wrong piece up earlier, can move like a king, but it cannot move directly forward. This is a ferocious leopard, and it can move one space in any direction except horizontally. So I'm not sure what is ferocious about it. So the older variants of shogi, which were larger, had a number of different generals in it. We've retained the gold and the silver generals for traditional shogi, but in Chu Shogi there's also another general called the bronze general, and it's weaker than the gold and silver general, as its name would imply, and it could move in one of the 3 forward directions, or it can move directly backward. This is the drunk elephant, and it can move like a king, except it cannot move directly backward because it's drunk. So if you've ever seen a roadside test for DUI, they usually have you walk backwards, so that's a good way to remember how a drunk elephant moves. The interesting part, however, about the drunk elephant is that it promotes to a crown prince, which moves exactly like a king, and it also acts like a king in the game. So if you have both a king and a crown prince, you have to lose both pieces in order to lose the game. So it's very useful to promote drunk elephant, although it rarely happens in normal play. This is a Kirin, and excuse me if I pronounced it incorrectly. It can move one space diagonally, or it can move 2 spaces orthogonally, and it could do so jumping over a piece, either friend or foe. So in this case, it could actually jump over that pawn, and if there's a piece here that's foe, it can capture it jumping over a piece. And there's an analogous piece called the Phoenix, which moves either one space orthogonally or 2 spaces diagonally, including jumping over another piece. This is the free king, and if you play Western chess, it has a very familiar movement. It moves like a king, but it moves any number of unobstructed spaces. So basically like a chess queen. And in some larger chess variants, you'll see things called like free and then some other familiar shogi piece. So there's a free gold general, which moves like a gold, except it moves unobstructed number of spaces in that direction. So for example, once I set this up, I can show you how a free gold would move. This is how a free king moves. But if we had a free gold here, and free gold does not exist in Chu Shogi, I'm just trying to show you why it's called a free king, it would move an unobstructed number of spaces in these 5 lines because a gold general, or 6 lines because a gold general could move to these 6 spaces. So if you ever see in other shogi variants free gold or free silver general or free bronze general, or maybe a free blind tiger, that's how you interpret how it moves.